Oh yeah, I need to put a YouTube thumbnail, something I sort of forgot. Come on now. Google open. There's one window. Probably gonna be like 5 more right now, so how many times I clicked on it. Which is loaded on up. YouTube is slowly loading up. Looks like the bitrate says it's bad. No, seems good enough. And there's a Dawn of War 2 thumbnail. So it looks like everything is now set on up. Good. So let's go ahead and get started. Sounds a little bit quiet. It's just my headset. And yep, let's go ahead and start from the bottom. This time we got a bit more sleep for a Dawn of War 2 cast. And let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. It's on the south side as the Apothecary. We have Neutral with a capital L. It's on the north side as Brother Captain. We have Flintstone. Let's go for Immediate Strike Squad versus Tactical Marines. Pretty standard from both sides.
Ready for duty.
Scout Squad's capturing up the central requisition point as the Stormtroopers are eyeing for the power point. Power point being captured over here, so it looks like the Brother Captain's eyeing for some early power. Maybe he's eyeing for... Is this a 2v2 map? This may actually be a 2v2 map, because this is off-center. This looks like a location for another one. There's 2 power points pretty close to the base, so I think this may be a 2v2 map, though I may be mistaken about that. Not uncommon for this game to have like reskins of certain maps, especially for like just even color schemes. The snow maps can make the minimap pretty hard to read sometimes, with the neutral structures really blending into the snow terrain. Strike Squad making his advance, eyeing to push his way forward. We got the Apothecary deployed out right here, making his own advance. 2 Stormtroopers are advancing with the Strike Squad. The Tactical Marine Squad will get overwhelmed, getting way outnumbered, and the Brother Captain's in the mix as well, so the entire Brother Captain force, the entire Grey Knights force is here. I think there was a heal ability, nope, no heal ability there onto the Tactical Marines. The Apothecary will need to heal himself very soon. Brother Captain still pursuing the Scout Squad as Tactical Marines are advancing, with the Apothecary now being forced to fall back. Tactical Marine Squad is now falling back as well. And the Scout Squad eyeing a soft retreat. They're down 1 model. Tactical Marines do manage to save all the models as well. Maybe a good idea to do a heal when he gets back. The Apothecary is need to regenerate some energy as well, so maybe a good idea not to go for the heal. It keeps energy up and high for the next engagement. On the right side of the map, got Tactical Marines capture up the right side of the map. We do got 1 power generator deployed out here. This point is not activated. This point is activated. This point is not activated, so it's going to be an ever so slight power advantage for the Brother Captain. And it's on the map, got the Strike Squad being focused down by the Tactical Marines and Scout Squad. Apothecary trying to time them up in melee. Does get the capture there, and nice knockback there by the Apothecary. Scout Squad does get inside the guard tower, which he does have multiple windows to fire out of, so he will have all of his guns firing? Yeah, all guns are firing, so that is a good garrison for a 3-man squad at this moment in time. Apothecary is falling back, severely wounded, but will fall back in time as the Tactical Marine Squad is starting to engage. And now we've got the Tactical Marine Squad falling back as well. Strike Squad is falling back. These Stormtroopers have received a bit of damage there from the Scout Squad, and the Scout Squad is still quite healthy. And get a number of model drops there as well. He can start pursuing it. The Sergeant upgrade is being researched with 1 of these squads. The other one is also being upgraded Sergeant. It does cost a little bit of energy. It's not like the Stormtroopers, not Stormtroopers, Hero Guardsmen, just manpower based upgrade. Not manpower, requisition. Wow, getting all the words mixed up. Scout Squad's falling back. We may see some grenades on the tree path. We got 1 grenade thrown. That may hit the terrain there, but the scout squad will fall back in time. Ooh, this stuff is quite wounded. Getting the Apothecary healed up wouldn't be half bad. Getting the Tactical Marines healed up wouldn't be half bad. Sorry, does heal himself up. The Apothecary does cost 60 energy, so we'll need a bit of time for the energy regen. Does jump forward as well. Nice knockback there on the Stormtroopers. Apothecary will need to fall back relatively soon, and there is actually an upgrade there on the Brother Captain, the Nemesis Force Sword, which I believe is straight up damage. Also grants him We Are the Hammer ability. Assault Marine squads will see a bit of fire there, and with the upgraded Brother Captain, he can be quite deadly and will effectively engage Assault Marines. Assault Marines' ability is damage and mobility, not necessarily able to tank the Brother Captain in melee just yet. Scout squads pushing with forward. They do have the Sergeant upgrade there, so he may throw a frag grenade. He does throw a frag grenade there. It will completely whiff. Brother Captain capturing up the requisition point now. He won't be able to fully capture it. The Brother Captain actually is prone to being wiped. The Assault Marine's getting some good melee hits in. It's one more melee hit in there. He may jump. Okay, jumps on top of the strike squad, forcing them back. Scout squad is receiving a bit of fire there. They do fall back now. Apothecaries do decapture the central power point, as the requisition point is not being decaptured up by the Tactical Marines. Stormtroopers do capture up that command point. You got full generators here and full generators here. Activated point here and activated point here. No additional generators for either side. It looks like some sort of ability was used on the Apothecary just there. Assault Marines, they could jump in the mix. A lot of off targets for them. They do jump on top of the Quasar Stormtroopers, but they do land next to the Brother Captain, so that's actually a great engagement with Brother Captain, who's meaning it's a special attack there. Grenade was thrown on top of the Tactical Marines there by the Quasar Stormtroopers. The Apothecary does heal himself right there, but will need to fall back. Strike Squad in pursuit. Strike Squad has received fire there. Tactical Marines do receive that ability as the Assault Marines are falling back as well. Quasar Stormtroopers are both still quite healthy. And the Brother Captain has received a bit of fire as well. Brother Captain will be tying up the Scout Squad in melee and will be forced to fall back now. The Brother Captain is now receiving a bit of fire there by the tactical or the scouts. Both players are now upgraded to tier 2. We do have the Rhino being deployed on out by the Brother Captain. We may see a Dreadnought by the Apothecary. That's pretty common, just go for Dreadnoughts. You got the Quasar Stormtroopers do fall back in time. And you got the Sergeant upgrade there on the Strike Squad.
This is Imperial territory now.
Scouts are making their way forward. There's a heavy cover there. Quasar Stormtroopers are receiving a bit of fire. They're going forward for a grenade. They do throw a grenade there. It does detonate immediately, of course, knocking back one of the scout models. And now they're getting flanked there by the Tactical Marines and Apothecary. Apothecary does have the Purification Rites, which give him a knockback heal. Power Axe being researched there by the Apothecary, which is the energy siphoning weapon, which is relatively effective versus the Grey Knights. They have a lot of energy-based units. And the Rhino has one out there with the Terrestrial Scepter Gun, or the heavy bolting turrets, I should say. Try and pursue this Scout Squad, getting some good damage in. And the scout squad here will fully fall back. They do drop a model right there. The assault marines are upgraded with the melta bomb, which would be useful help tying up the rhino. And one power generator does go down. Another generator does go down. The apothecary is losing a lot of generators. We do have a Devastator Marines, perhaps being upgraded to the last cannon. When I click on the Devastators, they're just sort of not teleporting right there. Oh, there they are. They do get a hit there, which also slows down the Rhino. We may see a Melta Bomb. He's trying to go forward for the Melta Bomb, but does get out of range now. He will have to jump forward to get the Melta Bomb off, but even then he'll probably have a hard time following up another last cannon shot. Still skirmishing around with the Rhino. He needs to get it repaired up by the Stormtroopers. And we do also have a Vindicare Assassin now deployed on the field, which I believe the audio lines for it was Sergeant Cyrus's. I can't select him because I think he's player 2, not player 1. Strike Squad pushes its way forward, jumping on top of the Brother Captain. They do have the Sergeant upgrade there, but the Brother Captain does get some great melee hits in as well. Good heals there onto the Assault Marines. He may get another heal off onto the Assault Marines. Now they do have enough, he does have enough energy, but he will fall back. The Sergeant's still alive as well. And his Strike Squad is also wounded. It does fall back there now. The Rhino Squad is starting to push forward, trying to engage. The Devastator was actually tied up in melee by the Brother Captain. Tactical Marines have been upgraded the Plasma Gun, which is a good weapon versus the heavy infantry units of the Space Marines, or the Grey Knights. Same difference, really. I just realized I don't have my drink nearby. So after this replay is done and loading, I'll go ahead and grab a drink that's nearby. On the right side, we do got the scouts getting knocked back there by the grenades of the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Right side, he does get the Melta Bomb off in time on the Rhino. Last cannon nowhere in the region. And now the Vindicare Assassin does back away into the Rhino itself, trying to avoid any additional fire. He's trying to get some good hits on the Rhino. The melee damage can do some hits, but not exactly a great amount. The power sword of the Sergeant and the power axe of the Apothecary can do a bit of damage there. Vindicare Assassin lining up shots, getting some good damage in as the Tactical Marine Squad is seeing quite a bit of fire there. They need to do a full retreat. The mark target there from the Vindicare Assassin really brings the pain onto him, and they can't sustain much more pain. Another mark target there onto the Apothecary himself. Overcharged plasma gun shot onto the Assault Marines. Does go a Melta Bomb there onto the Rhino Squad, forcing back, and now we got a Grey Knight Dreadnought out on the field. The last cannon Devastator will have a lot of opportunities, a lot of targets there. Assault Marines will escape on back, but barely. Last cannon Devastator is a bit too far forward, will be close and collapsed in by the Grey Knight Dreadnought. Assault Marines trying to get reinforced. Going on in, it's a little bit dangerous. Does get another reinforcement there, so it won't go down anytime soon now. That Scout Squad makes its way forward. This one's unupgraded. Does dodge a grenade right there. As these squads are pushing their way forward, going to try to engage the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Inquisitor Stormtroopers may actually get fully wiped there. They're getting ripped apart, and they do fully go down. Apothecary has been upgraded the Armor of Purity. Brother Captain still has the power of Nemesis Force Sword. Now we do have some repairs there onto the Rhino. Tactical Marines making their advance. PowerPoint is not activated. We do, of course, have the Vindicare Assassin still in the region, and Vet 3 or Tier 3 being researched there by the Brother Captain. Devastator is still the heaviest item for the Apothecary. He doesn't have a whole lot of resources. Check my sounds very poor quality. Check to see his headset or headphone capture. I'll take a look at that after this replay. Is it just quiet or sort of poor quality? I'll take a look at that. And the Assault Marine squad is falling back, receiving quite a bit of fire. Husky and Devastator getting some great hits there onto the Grey Knight Dreadnoughts. Sometimes the audio settings can be a bit funky. Maybe it's being picked up by the camera. Tactical Marine squad's falling back, has the plasma gun upgraded.
Are we to accept defeat?
And of course, I lose connection to Steam, which makes it so it immediately kicks me out of the replay. Great. Oh, now's a good time to take a look at my microphone. Let's see now. Audio. It says primary audio is the Yeti microphone. Okay, how about now? Does it sound a little bit better? Oops. Of course, when you Alt-Tab, it sort of minimizes it. Oh well, for that one, I'll just go on to the next one. Next replay. Because yeah, it looks like my audio seems fine enough. Maybe a bit of background noise. I use the noise gate program. The problem is, my computer's just loud. I'm gonna turn on my Twitch audio. I'm gonna turn on my Twitch audio. I'm gonna turn on my Twitch audio. And turn on my... Okay, that infinite loop does make it slowly degrade. It could just be you record audio. Oh well. Yeah. It's probably the background acoustics of my own computer. Nothing much I can do about that. Also, it sort of sounded like it was fine. Oh well. And no background music. As I'm a bit more curious of my audio. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yep, that sounds fine enough. Oh well. Come on now. Start recording. Oh, great. Now it starts adjusting one thing, and now everything's just not going right. Greetings, everyone, and great here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Dawn's Daemon Hunter. We have Dawn's Elite. Spawn on the north side as the Lord Inquisitor. We have Half Pan.
I am fear incarnate.
Looks like stormtroopers captured the right side of the map. He does have one power point here.
Resource location captured.
Alright, thank you. If you notice, like on the chat, you can see some of the Twitch chat as well. You can see that somebody mentioned my audio quality was not good. I wonder if it's something on his end at this rate. I do know I do need to improve my audio quality because it feels... I know that there's a lot of noise that comes from my computer. I'm having to like sort of try to stretch around a corner, make it sort of like here's in one room and my setup's in the other room. Of course, I'm going to get cable extensions for that, but oh well. Lord Inquisitor start engaging the Daemon Hunter, getting some great hits and knocking back the Daemon Hunter there. Strike Squad starting to advance, trying to tie up the Lord Inquisitor, which honestly, this skin of hers right there almost looks like the Lord Commissar. From the back, at least. We do have the Guardsman receiving some fire there, the channel or the ability from the Daemon Hunter. Getting some good damage into the Imperial Guardsman. They also have the Sergeant upgrade there. Strike Squad has received a bit of fire there from the Lord Inquisitor, but the Lord Inquisitor has received a bit of fire as well. Does pursue too far in the base into the Translucent Gun and take time to reinforce the Guardsman. One set of reinforcements will give him 2 models. The last one will take a little bit extra bleed cost. And both these squads are now falling back on the path. Free reign to capture up some more territory. Do you have the power generators being deployed out by the Lord Inquisitor? 2 of them.
We are under attack.
We've got 2 guardsmen, 1 sentinel versus 2 inquisitorial stormtroopers and 1 strike squad. Guardsmen and inquisitorial stormtroopers are engaging, but it looks like the inquisitorial stormtroopers are behind some light cover. Plus there's 2 of them here. Guardsmen won't be able to fight that. They don't have the sergeant upgrade either. But still quite a bit of damage in the squad, so not a whole lot of requisition bleed. In fact, no requisition bleed. So a lack of sergeant won't hurt him for any requisitional additional costs. Imperial Guardsmen start pushing the way forward. This one's not fully reinforced, but 8 out of 9 miles should be good enough. As the Lord Inquisitor is closing the gap on the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. Daemon Hunter's make advance had been immediately upgraded to Liber Malice. The Daemon Hunter granting him 20% melee damage resistance while cursing the foe. Take 35% more melee damage for 6 seconds. We got the stun shot there from Lord Inquisitor. As the Daemon Hunter's not receiving a bit of fire there. We've got the Sentinel advancing, does have a stomp upgrade. The Lord Inquisitor will need to fall back. He's going to stomp the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. He would knock the Daemon Hunter there. The Inquisitorial Stormtroopers will go down there. A bit of an oversight there. The Inquisitorial Stormtroopers have fallen back. I guess he wasn't paying attention because that was him that messaged that.
Press on to victory, Space Marines.
Up north, we've got the Guardsmen falling back. This one does have the Sergeant upgrade, as the Strike Squad will be able to close the distance no problem. Casual Devils being deployed now, which their grenade launcher abilities should be useful in keeping the Strike Squad away from melee. We got a Purgation Squad being deployed now, which, if I remember correctly, that is the Flamer Squad, like a team weapon Flamer Squad, which can cause suppression. Don't really know much about the Grey Knight stuff on the low. Strike Squad receiving a bit of fire there. And got some great damage there onto the Imperial Guardsmen. Strike Squad does get a nice knockback there onto, or the Sentinel does get a nice knockback there on the Strike Squad. 8 miles still alive here, so they have a good damage output still. On the left side, we've got the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers and Daemon Hunters capturing up the points. Flamer Squad is advancing. There's a Casual Devils IED right there. That's just going to be IMD capture the requisition point.
Stormtroopers reporting ready.
Daemon Hunter is captured the command point there, but we'll see some fire there from the Imperial Guardsmen. They are fully healed, just not fully reinforced.
some.
Sentinels make his way forward. The Quizor Troopers make an advance, getting some good damage there onto the Sentinel. You may see a grenade or two. The Sentinel has pretty low armor, so grenades will affect it. I think maybe incendiary effects as well.
Exercise your fate in combat, brothers.
Guardsman will fall back, just getting way outnumbered right there. Lord of Quizor still on the ground. Daemon Hunter is quite wounded and falling him back. And the Catch Devil's Age is seeing quite a bit of fire right there. Oh, since some sort of ability was utilized there, I really don't know much about the Grey Knights, honestly. Nice knockback there with the Catch Devils, while good grenade there onto the Imperial Guardsman. Trying to recover the Sentinel now. It looks like the Strike Squad is trying to deactivate that power point. Daemon Hunter's making his advance, trying to get some good hits in on these forces. It does get a good hit there. Nice little stun there. Didn't get a knockback just because of a special attack. But at least a stun there will provide quite a bit of vulnerability to all the additional fire there. But of course, those soldiers are trying to engage the Imperial Guardsmen. Imperial Guardsmen are trying to grab a Sentinel as well. And it looks like it does fall back with both of those squads. Passion Devils and... Ooh, and there is a full squad there. Squad wipe there on the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. Tier 2 being researched by the Daemon Hunter. I have a feeling we may see a Crusader squad. But that's just guess. That's just good damage there. Nice shotgun knockback there from the Casual Devils. He does fall back with the Strike Squad now.
Are we to accept defeat?
We got the Chimera now pushing on forward, trying to get some work in, as well as forward reinforcements. Tier 2 being researched by the Daemon Hunter. He has a lot of requisition, not a whole lot of power at the moment. There may be something queued up. I think some of his requisition just dropped, so I think something just got queued up. Actually, it looks like the Force Rod is what actually got queued up there. Purgatation Squad also being upgraded to Side Cannon, which is not the anti-tank weapon, more like general purpose, like the autocannon equivalent for the Grey Knights.
You have the target in hand, sir.
Lots of upgrades being researched. We've got another Quizor Stormtrooper on the build queue. Does get a nice knockback there onto the Strike Squad. Will force him back. The IED is still there, as we got the Stormtroopers and the Daemon Hunter advancing. The Force Rod, let's see now. Grants the Retribution ability, which silences the damage and knocks back foes at a distance. And now the Lord Inquisitor has been brought back up. Right in the shotgun or grenade launcher knocked back there by the Catch Devil. Catch Devil, so we're trying to get some good damage there onto the Daemon Hunter. Does use a stun shot there with the Lord Inquisitor. Lord Inquisitor down to 200 health. Looks like the Daemon Hunter himself will go down. That nice knockback there. Wrong time to retreat back. Need to get that retreat back before the special attack. Looks like the Lord Inquisitor is falling back down to 27 health. 0 health. Immediately getting ripped apart by the Purgatation Squad. Guardsmen engaging the Purgatation Squad now. They need time to set on up. They will see quite a bit of fire there. And we've got the frag missile launcher there on the Sentinels. Guardsmen start making their advance, getting some good damage there on the Strike Squad. Strike Squad will need to fall back in. We're seeing too much fire there. Couldn't capture their requisition point in time. That one model was dropped because it was being focused down.
They are under attack.
one frag missile does come on out. Organization squad trying to set up a good angle to fire from. Let's see, 69.75 DPS. I wonder how that compares to an autocannon DPS.
Understood.
Casualty levels will capture the right side of the map. We may see some demolition charges. And one frag missile. And it missed.
Now we've got a chance.
Organization squad advancing gets great flame damage there onto the Kajin Devils. You don't drop any models there, so no requisition bleed, no more power bleed. Tier 3 being researched by the Lord Inquisitor. We may see out a Lehman Russ, or we could see a sailor for a Baneblade or Karshan Devil, or yeah, Cadian Karshan squad. Chimera's advancing, trying to get some chip damage there onto the Strike Squad. Strike Squad does have the Sergeant upgrade as well.
No easy targets.
Up north we do have the Sorcerer Troopers advancing. It does take out one power generators there. The Melta upgrade there, the Green Knight Dreadnought was a bit of a problem, but seeing that he should know not to really go for any hit vehicles. Cadian Karshan Squad may be a good item to deploy out instead. He does have some regular Stormtroopers. Upgrading them, but Melta Gun wouldn't be half bad, because even if they do take out the Grey Knight Dreadnought, they still have at least enough firepower to take on other units, because their Melta Guns are anti-everything weapons.
Strategic point spotted here.
They are being upgraded Melta Guns, very nice. We do have the Grey Knight Dreadnought with the Demon Hunter being pushed on forward. We got the Emperor's Torch, increases energy by 50, grants the Light of the Emperor ability, which protects the allied units next enemies to large target area. Which actually could be useful for some stealth stormtroopers. He probably got that in order to counter the Melta Gun stormtroopers, which now he definitely sees them out on the field. He knew that was a good investment. Let's try and get the last power generator. Strike Squad needs to tie them up in melee. He could potentially just do a general move order and fire some more shots there, but at this point in time, he needs to fall back. Let's push his way forward. The side cannon is deployed up, does get his ability there, and takes out the Chimera there. It doesn't take too much to take that out. No crack missiles from the Sentinel either, as the Imperial Guardsmen are retreating. The Stormtroopers actually fully gets wiped there by the Strike Squad. Big oversight. Losing that squad is a massive blow. Sentinel's still alive, so he does have some anti-vehicle, quote-unquote, some.
Oh, we're quitting this task.
Resource location spotted. Ready for battle.
These forces starting to be reinforced and healed up. We do have at least one Inquisitor upgrade, or Commissar upgrade. Both of them both the Commissar upgrade. As the Demon Hunter is captured with the VP. The VPs are heavily in favor towards the Imperial Guardsmen. Melta Gun's Dreadnought will still prove a bit problematic. He does have quite a bit of resources. That's more than enough for a Baneblade. Not Baneblade, Lehman Russ. He's going straight for a Baneblade. Against a Melta Gun Dreadnought, probably a standard Baneblade would be good. Not the Stormlord nor the Stormblade. Just a regular Baneblade would be great. More effective versus the Melta Gun of the Grey Knight Dreadnought. Grey Knight Dreadnought.
Point for us, sir.
No crack missiles. Melta bombs do connect, or Melta Gun does. Multi-Melta Gun does connect. Now there's a crack missile. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but does provide enough support damage to pose a bit of a threat. Does get a kill there. Another crack missile does connect. With regular Lehman Russ being pointed out. As much as like the Executioner gun, Bank Short Cannon will probably be better at this point in time. Need some good melee hits in there. Once the Sentinel is now fully repaired, the Guard Squad will need to fall back. And good damage coming out onto that Dreadnought, that's for sure. Does back away in time, and that Dreadnought's down half health. And here comes the Leman Russ.
Sergeant Cyrus has fallen in battle.
Oh,
Are we to accept
he lost the Vindicare Assassin right there. I saw it deployed on out. That's not the Vindicare Assassin, there's the Vindicare Assassin. The Casualty Devils do manage to find a pick off there on the Vindicare Assassin. I saw on the field, I was like, oh, look, there's one out in the field, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, it's dead. Great Knight Dreadnought being repaired on up. Leman Russ not being upgraded just at the moment.
adding support structure?
Does get a decent hit there onto the strike squad, but I think they got a whole lot of damage. So I've cracked missiles loaded on up. Leman Russ is falling back. The Leman Russ, of course, has been swatted as the Imperial Guardsmen will need to fall back. They're saying too much losses there. They need to fall back now. The other Imperial Guardsmen will be captured from VP as strike squad starts to make its way towards the other Imperial Guardsmen. Cracked missiles do connect. Leman Russ is rotating his gun around, but seeing some rear armor hits there, including the multi-melta there. Letting the Dreadnought tie up the Sentinel up in melee wouldn't be half bad. Sentinel does go down. Leman Russ is now firing. But both are very, very wounded, down to less than 400. This one is a little less than 450. Let's see another deadly shot there, but now get repaired up while in combat. Starts pursuing the Grey Knight Dreadnought now. And eyeing for another shot there. Get some more shots in. Grey Knight Dreadnought has 256 health left. Not a whole lot remaining. And now we do have something pulled out right there.
We must reverse the course of the battle.
Ah, it's Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Not Inquisitor Stormtrooper. Inquisitor's Stormtrooper. Which is different. Because those can be upgraded with melta guns. And actually good. Really good.
Deploying war gear.
Actually, this hotshot las overcharged hotshot las guns being upgraded on the Stormtroopers, so it's going to be anti-infantry. Another Grey Knight Dreadnought has been put on out in the field, as was a napalm run onto the repairing squad. He will be cinched quite a bit. He will need to fall back over soon. Won't get a full repair. Then Leman Russ has not been fully repaired either. Needs to rotate that Paul Mountain melta gun as well. The other one has not got a multi-melta as well, so it does lose Leman Russ. Couldn't finish off the Grey Knight Dreadnought in time. And not going for the melta guns in the Stormtrooper is a big mistake. He needs also the Vapor Cannon. The extra range will help out the Leman Russ. Trying to prep reinforce the cache that was not fully reinforced. Imperial Guardsmen do have double capture in their favor with the VPs. We'll buy them some time. First of all, Stormtrooper is getting split up quite a bit. The leader is being focused down. And we'll see, we'll continue with the same fire there. Multi-melta gun will gain some great hits there onto the Imperial Guardsmen. Strike Squad, no, that's actually the side cannon. Setting on up, trying to find a good angle as the VP is being captured up by the Casualty Devils.
Outmaneuvering us.
Guard Squad needs to fall back. Still capturing favor of the Imperial Guardsmen with the Casualty Devils here skirting around. Another Stormtrooper, this time being built rather than using Reds. Let's use a grenade launcher barrage there, knocking back that Inquisitorial Stormtroopers. And eyeing for a demolition charge right there. Alright, demolition charge has been put out. He needs to retreat back. He's prone to being losing that squad entirely. try and bait them towards the demolition trap, but the demolition trap's not really high enough damage to get a squad wipe. Now Strike Squad is coming for a flank. If he doesn't retreat back immediately, even if he retreats back immediately right now, there's a chance that he will not be able to retreat back safely. Does use grenade launch barrage there, gains great damage there, falls back now. We may see a grenade on the retreat path, which we do not. Melta guns have been deployed now, but it has to make sure he stays out of range. And we've also got the Melta bomb upgrade as well. Oh, the Melta bomb does come with the Melta guns, which makes a really good AV vehicle squad. Field guards are falling back. Side cannons gain some great damage in. Napalm run right there. Not sure when the Demon Hunter went down, but both the heroes are currently down.
Strategic point spotted here.
Stormtroopers needs to be reinforced. This is sending him back forward with only 4 out of 5 models. In fact, that one's not being camouflaged as well, so it does get focused down a little bit. Going for the wounded Dreadnought, very good. It does get some great damage there on the Crusader Stormtrooper, taking it out entirely. Let's get a bit of reinforcement there, since it was pulled out of the reinforcement area while not fully reinforced. Overall, the field control is heavily in favor towards the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter has triple capture. The tickets are quickly counted down. Demon Hunter has been redeployed, has all of its upgrades. Does draw a Melta bomb there onto the Grey Knight Dreadnought. But at this point in time, it's not going to do all too much. Good hit there. A lot of aerially damage. And Strike Squad starts advancing forward. Grey Knight Dreadnought being repaired up by the Crystal Stormtroopers. Needs a lot of time to repairs. Losing that one Stormtrooper squad will hurt his repairs, of course. As right now, I don't think there's any way for the Cash that was doing a good job camouflaging around, trying to capture the point. Tying the Percutation Squad of melee wouldn't be a half bad idea. That's going to rotate around. Strike Squad receiving a bit of fire there, and Stormtroopers will get fully wiped there. Good damage there onto the Imperial Guardsman. A lot of resources stockpiled up for the Great Knight player, and wiped. I think he's just sort of just not really paying attention anymore. I'm sure he's capturing this point, but he is still has a massive load of tickets to stall out with. Organization Squad has set on up. Constant fire against the smoke grenade covered Cash Devils. And also got some more Inquisitor Stormtroopers being pulled out here. Not Inquisitor Stormtrooper, Inquisitor Stormtroopers. This one has been captured by the Imperial Guardsman, so got captured in favor of the Imperial Guardsman. And we do have a Land Raider Crusader being pulled out by the Demon Hunter. No upgrades there on those Stormtroopers.
Attack us from behind!
Enemy unit spotted.
On the right side, we got these. Another Napalm run. And good AoE here to come out. He does stop the capture right there. And looks like the Imperial Guardsman will get fully wiped out there. And looks like the Inquisitor player has cast some GG and has back the game. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And I'm going to grab a nearby drink. I'll be right back. And I'm going to grab. Oops, I turned on my Twitch stream audio. My bad. Loading screens. And there we go. Oh wait, that was the wrong replay. Oh well. Yeah, let's go ahead and go on to this replay right here. And I still need to get a new chair. This one's still squeaking quite a bit. Greetings everyone, and Great here. Spawn on the south side as the Apothecary, as the Apothecary. We have Sankru Ruru. Spawn on the north side as the Farseer. We have Sostenes. I have no idea how to sometimes pronounce some of these words. We do have the VP, of course, being quickly captured up by the Farseer. Maybe eyeing for some early VP games. PowerPoint is being captured as well, and Howling Banshees. With another Guardian Squad. We do have Scout Squad and Tactical Marine Squad, but no second Scout Squad. He may be eyeing for 2 Tactical Marines. Maybe he's eyeing... Nope, there's a Scout there now. Guardian Squad engaging the Scout Squad, forcing him back, no problem. And should be able to capture the rights of the map, no problem. Maybe eyeing for the requisition point now. Even these forces quite bunched up, Guardian Squad could perhaps get some cover there. He's just going to go ahead and just sort of escort these forces. Second Guardian Squad is captured the left side of the map, slowly, as the Tactical Marines are captured the power point as well.
Support structure complete.
Tactical Marines now engaging the Howling Banshees and the Farseer. Shotgun equipped scouts are pushing the way forward as well. Could be a great shotgun blast there. Yep, around the Howling Banshees. It does get a nice knockback there on the Farseer as well. Howling Banshees falling on back. No upgrades there on the Apothecary, as the Guardian Squad is going to try to push that damage there onto the Scout Squad. The Apothecary is trying to tie up the Guardian Squad with melee, as the Farseer is starting to try up the Shotgun Squad and melee as well. Guardian Squad is still has that maximum health, so we can go ahead and re-engage. The general attack move over here would be quite useful. The Farseer Squad will force back the Scout Squad. Need one more model there, so unlikely he'll get the last model. And the Farseer does go down.
Adding warp generator.
Looks like he's blaming it on lag at the moment. By the way, that's the Apothecary player, not the Farseer player. So, unless the players somehow misnamed... Wait, one of the Scout Squads did go down, so also one side lost a Scout, one side has lost the Farseer. Interesting. Yeah, you got all the Scouts right here. I wonder if both sides are lagging. Requisition point being captured on up. You got the Shotgun Scout guarding the center of the map. The VP lead will go ahead and shrink down, so there will be equal very soon. The Scout Squad makes its way forward, perhaps eyes some light cover, but of course fighting against Howling Banshees, who have been upgraded the aspect of strength, not aspect of swiftness. Guardian Squad and Scout Squad are engaging. The Scout Squad was originally first one. May see a shotgun knockback from the Scout Squad now, or relatively soon. Howling Banshees charging forward. Actually, no, it falls back to both squads. No shotgun knockback. Farseer has been redeployed. And yeah, the Farseer is just making a bit cautious engagement. Not sure why he retreated back. It seemed a little bit, that was slightly too early. Sure, he probably would not win the engagement. But perhaps could have just ran away.
Enemy Space Marines are claiming a victory objective.
Shotguns capturing up the VP as the power generators are starting to focus down. We only have one power generator over here, so it looks like the Farseer do have a power advantage for the time being. Looks like the Armor of Fortune. If Armor of Fortune has been researched, which grants the Fortune ability, gets damage resistance on the any select allied squad, so That Howling Page managed to get some nice damage resistance there, receiving another knockback there as well. And also do have the Custom Storm Bolter upgrade on the Farseer, getting the full auto ability, which is like a point single target stun ability. Yeah, it is stun, not a suppression, but full stun. One generator does go down there. Guardian Squad is falling back as well. Need some reinforcements. Next, got the Flamer Squad engaging the generators, taking them all out. Now I'm decaptured the point entirely. 2 generators, second generator has been deployed on now.
Space Marines, press their attack.
Armor, the Fortune ability has been activated. We still have 2 shotguns here. They have plenty of energy for shotgun blasts. And Flamer Squad is eyeing for the heavy cover there, so is the Apothecary, so making good use of the heavy cover there. Does get knocked back there on the Banshee Squad. Could potentially get wiped out there, really wounded. The Apothecary health regen ability is quite useful. Need to get a little bit closer with the Tactical Marine squads because they're actually quite wounded. And now we have a Guardian Weapon team here. Guardian Weapon team, of course, an excellent suppression weapon. Does use a manual heal there on the Tactical Marine squad to get them out of there. Does manage to crawl out of the arc. But he's starting to move more and more forward.
We have won ourselves a victory.
Support structure complete.
Are they afraid to close with us?
Adding support structure.
Scout Squad receiving a bit of fire right there. As these forces start making their way forward.
So they resist us.
Guard Squad, oh, got a plasma grenade there, knocking back the Flamer Squad, very nice. Very knocking them out of cover. Shotgun Squad advancing, Flamer Squad submitting one, and now the Howling Page Squad is falling on back. Getting some great suppression right there. And Farseer Squad will need to fall back a little bit too when she is. Ooh. And the Farseer goes down once again.
Our reinforcements are here.
Full power generators right there. The
We are losing
Farseer doesn't have any power generators at the moment. Got a reinforcement pod. Yep, there's a reinforcement pod there, deploying out fresh Tactical Marine squad as well.
adding warp generator.
Nice little health regen there. Not sure what upgrade he's going for this Tactical Marine squad.
We must save the
Farseers didn't have their Exarch leader.
As a hawk in the sky, we swoop from perch to perch.
Actually, no, they don't. My bad.
We are beset with
I thought they had it there. I miscounted the number of models. Guardian Squad's making advance. Only one of them can upgrade the battle equipment. He's running low on energy. Both players are upgraded to tier 2 now. Shuriken can sit up in a relatively good position. One of these guys can go ahead and start trying to capture the VP. But has to be worried about the Flamers. Tactical Marines are behind some light cover there.
Warp generator.
And nothing threatening over here at the moment.
Into the vegetation.
We have a second generator now being redeployed for the Farseer.
New warriors are available to join the battle.
Now we do have a Razorback employed now. He can always upgrade the Shuriken Cannon to a Bright Lance.
Moving to cover.
Scout Squad pushing the way forward, trying to capture some points. The VP primarily.
the Howling Banshee Temple stands with you.
It's a quiet game. Both sides not going to be hyper aggressive at the moment. The Apothecary, of course, setting up for the Razorback, who will allow him to push forward, reinforce, and other things of that sort.
Guardian weapons team ready.
Generator operational.
Taking position in the brush.
On the left side, we've got the Guardian Squad to capture the VP, which will perhaps destroy all these forces over there, but I guess not. wow, this game's really boring.
Prepare to lead your sisters.
Overall, today I just haven't really got a good game. Or I got some sort of interruption, like Steam losing connection. Falcon's been deployed on out. Fire Grenade getting a great hit there. Going to be forced back the Howling Banshees, more so than the Guardian Weapon team. Guardian Weapon team did choose one model there, but it's also severely wounded. Now we have the Falcon deployed on out. Forward mobile reinforcements and a good skirmisher. And also think called a skimmer. Guardian Squad just get some burst damage there onto the Scout Squad of shotguns as the Flamer does advance Iron more jet bashing. Falcon's going to try to save the point, but he will take out one generator there. May not get a second there. We've got the Apothecary moving forward, getting some nice health to jet there. Flamer Squad does of course get tied up meleeed by the Howling Banshee. Howling Banshee does fall back. There's another extra arcane there as well. It does load up the Falcon with some units as well, which does ward the shotgun blast. Howling Banshee now being for Scout Squad getting focused down quite a bit. And Scout Squad will fully get wiped there. Triangles on the race back was unsuccessful. Guardian Squad is falling back. Falcon advancing, trying to gauge his forces. Looks like they're receiving more and more lag spikes. The Scout Squad here is receiving a bit of fire there from the Falcon. Missile launcher has been upgraded there on the top of the squad. Does get direct hits there. He can't upgrade the Falcon to use as a shield generator.
Another voice joins our chorus.
Our reinforcements are here.
Bright Lights, let's get a quick kill there. Bright Lights will shoot very, very quickly. Which the lag could have killed him off like that, but Bright Lights fires that quickly, so is able to get a quick 1-2 punch taking it out. On one side, we've got the shotguns engaging the power generator. We have a power generator deployed on the flank. It does get spotted, so it can easily be either captured or destroyed. Bright Lance will take out that power point, no problem, as the Guardian Squad has captured the victory point. Fox makes his way forward. Doesn't see a missile shot there as well. No shield generator upgrade just yet. Guardian Squad's making some advance, trying to get some good damage in. The Guardian Squad is quite wounded. Another missile hits the Falcon. It should be able to withstand one more shot. See, missile launcher.
Space Marines have targeted one of our structures.
130 explosive damage, and it had a little less than 200 health, so yeah, they would take 2 shots there. The victory point will be captured up. The power point here, well, see, it's not destroying the generator, so maybe it's going to try to capture it up entirely. You got Dreadnought deployed out on the field by the Apothecary.
We are the Banshee.
We stand upon newly gained ground.
So we've got a Devastator being deployed out, likely going to be a Devastator, last cannon Devastator. Falcon getting some chip damage there onto the Dreadnought. It is reasonably effective, but still not the greatest weapon for that. Bright Lance, however, does score a direct hit there, 2 hits in.
The enemy has 300 points remaining. We must arm for even crueler warfare.
Something got deployed there. It looks like Stern Guard veterans have been deployed out by the Apothecary. Good item for the Apothecary, as well as a Librarian. Shield generator deployed out by the Farseer for better defensive point, as the shield generator does receive a last cannon hit there. So does the Howling Banshees, actually. Get reinforced by the Falcon. Guardian Squads are behind the heavy cover, the garrison, or not the shield generator, as the Marines getting head covers well, but getting focused down quite a bit. Throws out plasma grenade, 2 plasma grenades there. One of the Guardian Squads need to fall back. Gets some great damage there. One of the Guardian Squads does get taken out by this smash ability from the Dreadnought, so does get one wipe there. Bright Lance, however, is resetting up. Will get some good shots there, and the Falcon will not. Looks like Bright Lance will take out the Dreadnought as the Stern Guard veterans go down to the Farseer. Last cannon advancing, finds a miss that hits the Howling Banshees, not the squad he wants to hit. Gets a hit there on the Falcon now, as the Farseer is falling back with 130, or no, just 30 health. And the Farseer will escape on out there. Librarian starting to advance. Upgrade does heal himself there. The Howling Banshees are falling back now. Shuriken Cannon will not be able to stand against these forces.
The Space Marines are taking one of our resource points.
Command point is being captured up by the Lascan Devastator. The Falcon still lies, there's still some good targets there, but the Bright Lance doesn't have any good targets anymore. I think that's more Tactical Marines being deployed on out. Or that may have been just, nope, there was Tactical Marines there. Not a reinforcement cross squad, but he's going to start reinforcing from it. Falcon is being repaired up by the Guardian Squad. As the Howling Banshees are making their advance, they did lose their leader.
So they resist us.
Howling Banshees are receiving a bit of fire there from the last cannon Devastator. Wolf will sustain a huge amounts of fire.
The plan has changed.
And Howling Banshees need to fall back there.
Engines ready. Where are we needed?
Falcon's now fully repaired as these forces start making their advance.
We must save the lost ones. At full speed.
Guardian Squad is signed to capture some of the left flank, getting some of those points. This generator has been secured up by the...
Location spotted.
Nope, does it? The Stern Guard veterans there. But the power generator has been captured up by the Apothecary, getting some extra little bit of power, which can be quite useful. Both players have a bit of power stockpile, not a whole lot of requisition. Flavor Squad does get shouted by a bunch of people with it. And now Seer Council starts pushing the way forward, trying to take out the Librarian in melee. Librarian's going to run away. Falcon, however, was not in the engagement, but there was a last cannon set up here, so best not him to fight when there's a last cannon right there.
We have 300 points remaining.
We stand upon newly gained ground. There is the victory objective.
The VP has been captured, or will be captured. Got the Webway Gate, fresh one being deployed on out.
Space Marines engage!
Farseer Council advancing, does get a nice little suppression knockback there by the shotguns. Flavor Squad will get some good damage in as the Farseers are charging on it. Scout Squad will be tied up in melee by the Howling Banshees. Seer Council will need to fall back really soon. They're down to very, very little health and very little balls remaining. At least 3 still, not a whole lot. Scout Squad will manage to keep out in time as the Banshees and Farseer Council will be falling on back. Falcon gains some good damage in. 2 generators, both severely wounded, but as long as they're up, they will get power from them. Farseer has supplied enough power for the rest of the game out of the way. And the armor-piercing rounds of the Stern Guard veterans getting some great hits in.
Ready.
Shuriken
Bright Lance will
ready.
do a whole lot. And the Guardians of the team will fall back. He doesn't even worry about reinforcing it because it's not really any good targets for him to engage at the moment. The one guard squad is kept to the Guardian squad is kept to the left side of the map, so he will not be able to repair up his Falcon anytime soon.
This new
Tactical Marines receiving a bit of fire there. Plasma grenade completely whipped. And the Flamer Squad will force back the Guardian Squad. We do got the Howling Banshees now being brought out from the Webway Gate, which may let him realize there's a Webway Gate nearby. In fact, he does spot him thanks to the Spotting Sergeant. He is not in terms of capture either. Howling Banshees charging forward. The Power Generator is alive and neutral. This may be a death of that of this Flavor Squad. He's getting a lot of damage onto him. That heal did come handy, but not something great, and he still may go down. Howling Banshees don't take prisoners all too well. Apothecary is severely wounded. Both the Librarian and Apothecary needs to fall back. Apothecary does go down. Librarian could be next. While he does aspect strength, that's swiftness. He may get some more and more wipes there. Though it could have been his bad internet he mentioned earlier. Yep, he is saying seeing the fact that it was not like a last minute claim like my internet was lagging. In fact, he was saying that throughout the game. It is a good idea, a good chance that he is telling the truth about that. Like freezing screen every 5 seconds, that's probably not. It all depends if the entire game is freezing rather than while you so everything seems smooth like this fan going. That is lag. If the fan's not going and you can't move around the screen, that's likely not like internet lag. That could be actually your system failing. It's not the computer, it's a connection, so likely he believes it is the internet connection. So yeah, this replay is pretty much over. Might as well fast forward since he's already cast GG. And seeing the Dreadnoughts goes down as well. Yep, they're just going to do a chat for the rest of the game. Sounds like he sort of did horrible in another game as well, so... Well, that pretty much ends of the game. We'll just let this fast forward through because that's interesting, but either way, this is Adam Crazy saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And hopefully I find a decent replay. So far I've just been striking out on Steam, interrupting me, the not so great replays and things that sort. It's just not a good day. Let's go for a 2v2. Let's just go for 2v2. I got a number of them stored up. One of these I believe I've casted. I think I may have cast this one, so I may want to take a look at that one a little bit later, but I don't think I've cast this one. So let's get that one loaded. Switch my avatar placement a little bit, and voila. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. It's on the south side. As the Tech Marine, we have a foreign name. Smallest teammate as the Force Commander, we have another foreign name. As the Apothecary, we have Dark Riku, and as the biggest and the strongest Commando Nob, we have Big Matthias. We got two sluggers into a shooter, so most times we see two shooters, not two sluggers, so or that's a misclick, or that was intentional. Let's see now. Up north, we do have, of course, requisition point here, requisition point here. Power point in the middle, so maybe he wants to make sure that point gets deactivated over and over again, or he maybe I'm to sneak in some sneaky boys to over here. Maybe not. I was thinking maybe some aggressive gen bashing. For the Tech Marine, of course, got Scout, Tactical Marine, Scout. Force Command is not going for some second squad of scouts, so maybe he's eyeing for second squad attacks or some other
Adding support structure.
weapon teams.
Support
And for the
structure.
apothecary, we do have scout squad, tactical marine, and nothing else. So it's more likely he is going for another squad of tactical marines. Though assault marines are also likely for the apothecary as well. The thing with apothecary does receive a lot of fire right there. Does manage to keep on out there. Does heal his own tactical marines there as well, so they're quite healthy. But they're getting way outgunned. Scouts getting some good damage in. The tactical marines getting some damage in. Another scout pushes way forward. This squad just gets overwhelmed. Some scout squad's up right here, supporting his teammate, capturing some points, and he does have a second squad of tactical marines being forwarded now. The Force Commander has gone for a light second squad of scouts. Maybe it's a bit indecisive.
Are we to accept defeat?
We have some looters being deployed on out, some suppression platform. Maybe it's item to help secure this lane up here. He can still go for some assault marines to help engage that.
Go ahead.
Got a stick bomb being thrown out. I believe the Commando's stick bomb is a stun grenade. Flashbang, really. Tactical Marine squads of the Apothecaries are pushed way forward. Sluggers do fall back there. He could have fell back to his teammate to help him chop up some guys. Tactical Marine squad will get overwhelmed by the sluggers. Shooters are just taking some good shots in. The looters, however, here as well, does get a nice suppression there on top of the Force Commander. Does throw a grenade on the tree path. Relatively successful. Gets some models, nothing too crazy, but it's the small victories that really does matter.
Power generator.
Nobody's captured this power generator here, while both requisition points captured by both sides. So it's no man's land still.
We're losing
Power
a
generator
power
being
node to the enemy.
decaptured. As we got these forces on making way forward, we got the starting upgrade there on one of the scout squads, or both the scout squads. We got the knob leader for the shooters. No big shooters just yet. The looter here is a very big shooter. However, scouts going for a nice flank right there. I just realized something. Luna's hats are different colors, while the shooter's hats are still the black hats. This frag grenade there does do a nice dodge there. It was not a full retreat, so he was able to dodge in time. Very, very good dodge there. It could have been a really deadly grenade if it did a full retreat action as well. So very good dodge. We do got the Force Commander advancing, trying to engage the Commando Knob.
Reading you clear and true. They have us targeted.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
At the both scout squads start making their advance, trying to engage these forces as we got these forces are starting to advance as well. Commando now does camouflage for a brief moment. We've got a huge wave of greenskins now advancing. Tactical Marines are behind head cover. Scout squads have grenades ready. Does bait out one of the grenades. Commando Knob ate it. Force Commander is advancing. We've got two flamers deployed out by the... No, just a... Yeah, there's two flamers deployed out by the Commando Knob as Force Commander is falling back down south. We got the tactical assault marines deployed out by the Apothecary. These forces are getting quite wounded. Apothecary forces are getting overwhelmed. We've got a flamer deployed out by the Apothecary, but could not find opportunity to burn down some generators. The adversary marines have been deployed out by the tactical marine. Instead here, we do have the scout squad capture the requisition point. Power point here will be deactivated. This power point has a generator, and this is a Tech Marine generator. No, that's the Apothecary. The color scheme is definitely Apothecary. So look at the generators over here: blue, pink.
Scouts here. Go ahead.
Devastator of Marines deactivating that point now. scout squads come support in the Tech Marine.
The enemy is out.
And these forces are being queued up, reinforced, and things of that sort. They are pushing the way back out. Tier 2 being researched by the Force Commander. Has not gotten to deploy any other heavy assets. They may be able to deploy out some heavier assets now. Not sure what he will deploy out. Probably going for a
Power
Dreadnought.
node deactivated and ready to be secured.
An ally has
A
secured
Dreadnought with
power
assault
node.
cannon. That's what I'm guessing.
New weapons deployed.
Commando Nob has been upgraded with the Stick Bombs, which grants a Stick Bombs ability, which throws a salvo of AT infantry and garrison grenades. So it's like a cluster grenade. Let's get some hits there onto the Scout Squad with the Apothecary. The Apothecary has been upgraded to Sanguine Chainsword, getting some good health regen. Got a generator here. Looks like he has kept up the generator. I think the generator may have changed colors since it changed a hand, so I'm not sure who technically built the generator in the first place. Tactical Marines trying to capture that power point, because might as well fight over this generator. Devastator Marines is pushing the way forward as well. Assault Marines will go ahead and fight the Devastators. Does get suppression there on the Capping Squad, but that's fine. They're not going to be in combat. Frag grenade thrown by the Scout Squad. Macy shotgun knock blast knockback on the Assault Marines there. Does fall back there, quite wounded. Throws a frag on the retreat path, make it one of the models, does not get any of the models, and will not sustain any man requisition or power bleed. Over here we got a Wog Banner. You really don't see the Wog Banner all too much. We got a Luda here, camouflage, ready to engage these forces from sneakiness. Force Commander is right here. Patrick gets out the garrison, draws some fire in the beginning of the engagement. Plasma Cannon Devastator in a good angle there. Finds a hit there on the Commando Nob and is enraged with the Ludas. Ludas will fall back slightly. And I think he has Force Fire the ground right there, trying to hit that Luda's last known location. He does, of course, redeploy. This point is activated as well. Maybe a good idea. That Wog Banner is an investment, but he looks like he will take it out.
An ally has secured a power node.
Scout Squad is making their way forward, trying to engage the power node there. On the right side, we got massive engagement going on in Apothecary, Assault Marines being upgraded to Sergeant on the build field once it gets up to tier 2. Gets a nice heal there on the Assault Marines there. Trying to deactivate the point now. Rhino or Razorback is deployed out by the Tech Marine. And Tech Marine's deploying over for his own Plasma Cannon Devastator, so it looks like the blue team's eyeing for some medium artillery. Power generator looks will be fully destroyed. It's not either captured for his own usage. If he can't keep it secure, might also destroy it. Scorched Earth. Flavors do fall back. Looks like they may got still damage from the generators, but no destruction. That's gonna full wipe there. I think it's a stick bombs on the Commando Nob. And in fact, he was so escaping here, didn't realize those scouts were in danger. So the Tech Marine has lost one Scout Squad, so better keep his last one alive, just so he gets better repairs from the Tech Marine himself. Can't repair, but we want him to do other stuff. Forward being deployed out by the Commando Nob as the Razorback has consumed the Commando Nob. He drew blood, now he is demanding blood in return. Got more Tactical Marines being deployed out by the Force Commander. I'd like to upgrade those to Stormguard veterans, I'm guessing. 2 generators to go down. The point has been deactivated as well. The 4 generators still besiege. Plasma Cannon Devastator rolls in as there, and the Force Commander does type last shoot us. We got the Axe of the Mechanicus deployed up out, as well as the Refractor Field Ooh, that shooter is severely wounded. More guys on the retreat path. That's going to go down.
Force commander
Didn't even
has
make it
reached
towards
level
these scouts.
Scouts ready.
Losing a slugger like that, or the shooter, he does have source of repair. The shooters are not repair squads, but it is so important squad to lose because it does have a large amount of utility, as well as just good damage. Last can Devastator set up a wrong angle.
There is no glory in pointless defeat.
Assault Marines have an upgrade from melted bombs. Commando Knob now being upgraded with the better combat or beta combat kit. Can't remember what it does exactly off the top of my head.
Allied infantry are down.
And the Weird Boy has been upgraded with the Warpath, which just increases what? Health, damage, and delays, and has the out of control ability. Or out of control death. Better combat kit grants health and health regen. 3 health regen is actually pretty high. Good suppression there on the Force Commander, but both Tech Marine and Force Commanders in this region. The Apothecary will need the help. The Tech Marine was queuing up a second plasma cannon Devastator, but does cancel it. Going on forward there, does take up the drop pod there. Weird Boy does get knocked back there. He could potentially tie up the plasma cannon Devastator. Use Assault Barrage there on top of the Burnas. Does get some damage there, but we'll pulse him back. Razorback and the northern player is starting to make his way forward. And we've got a nice stick bomb there. He's tying up, getting some great hits there. Trump is pursuing the Devastator. Down to 32 health. Get some shotgun blasts there. So the Commando Knob has been upgraded. The Special Shooter. Equips a close range shotgun and infantry. Also has knockback on hit. Plasma Cannon Devastator is falling back, so are the Plasma Gun Tactical Marines. Assault Marines are pushing way forward. We can potentially get a Melted Bomb on the Razorback. And good damage coming out from the Apothecary. The Apothecary does a single chaser, that gives it good durability. And the Tech Marine will need to fall back. Both squads are falling back. We got the Weird Boy and Fresh Shooters deployed out the field. And we've got some barrels there. Let's see what's shooting down the barrels. I missed the one who was shooting the barrels. Why are there barrels right there? Am I going crazy? Got some more knob leaders there for the Burnas. Trying to repair up the,
Must reverse the course of
what's it called, the Razorback there with his scouts, his last remaining squad of scouts. Of course, got a Dreadnought deployed on the field as well. No, or this is the one with the assault cannon, and we saw it use this barrage earlier. Shotgun knocked back on there. Those squads, those for a frag grenade there, does avoid it. Maybe some minor splash, but that's about it. Alpha Marines trying to capture that requisition point. And now we've got the Dreadnought. Just wait for it. It is on to fully capture that requisition point now.
adding support structure.
These forces are starting to make their way forward, getting some nice health regen there thanks to the Apothecary, which does affect the orcs as well. These guys are camouflaged. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds. Honestly, that could have been much worse. Assault Marines jump on forward, knocking him back, tying up the Plasma Cannon Devastator up in melee. And now here comes a massive wave of forces. We've also got 80 death guns from the Lunar squad as well. One of the scout squads does get fully wiped out there. The other squads do fall back.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Now the Tech Marine couldn't respond in time. That was a pretty rapid engagement. Not like it didn't respond at whatsoever. Let's jump on top of the Devastator, heavy bullet Devastator, but the Plasma Cannon Devastator is lining up a shot, but does not get a shot up there. Stick bombs were meant to be thrown, but does fall back before that point in time and cancels it. Tactical Marines start making the advance, getting some damage there onto the drop pod there. Assault cannon barrage there from the Dreadnought. Trying to engage that beaming death gun. Last hand devastator just get head up in melee by the Scout Squad. Now the Weird Boy and all these forces trying to engage in melee around the Dreadnought. Not a great engagement. Beam Death Gun does find a hit there. The Beam Death Gun is almost down. Devastator's supposed to wait for it. That maybe a drop pod there. Drop pod does come down there. Lots of damage on top of these Burner Squad there. Scout Squad may get fully wiped there. That's severely wounded, but looks like they will get fully wiped there. Weird Boy could throw some shots there onto the Dreadnought. Gold repairs been activated. From the Tech Marines also affected his teammates' vehicles as well. Dreadnought has a little bit of help, not a whole lot. Does have a whole bunch of stick bombs there. Looks not very good for his vehicles. Weird Boy does get a nice hit there onto the Razorback as the Tech Marine is engaging melee against the Burnouts. Plasma gun, quick attack. Marines are here, put out by the Apothecary as the Burn Squad is falling back. Force Command is falling back. Assault Marines and Tactical Marine Squad still advancing. So the last hand Devastator is still in the background. Listen, the blue team lost all their scouts. He just built a fresh set of scouts to be a Force Commander. It looks like the shooter's going to be captured the left flank of the map.
Losing a requisition point to the enemy.
Race back, pushing forward, does jump on top of the Devastators. Apothecary does heal himself there while falling on back. Will likely not get wiped out there. Scout Squad's making an advance, trying to get some engagement there on the Tactical Marine Squad. This Tactical Marine Squad is trying to pursue the Plasma Cannon Plasma Gun Tactical Marine. As Plasma Cannon Devastator does get a hit on its own forces, knocking it back.
Are we to accept defeat?
The mighty hammer shall deliver thunder upon our foes.
Was starting to capture that PowerPoint there. And all these PowerPoints are being captured by the Orc player. Got the two Burnas, the Shuda, and the Weird Boy Commando Knob. Got quite a bit of force here. Teleport forward with the Force Hammer, gets some nice knockbacks there as well. See, like the Warcry ability to get also special attacks there. Vomit does come out by the Weird Boy. Does get a nice knockback there by the Commando Knob, as well as the Weird Boy gets a good knockback as well. Got 3 Tactical Marines put out by the Force Commander. Over here we got the Dreadnought and Scouts coming in support. Dreadnought's not fully healed just yet, but it's good enough for the time being. Assault Barrage does come forward, hits the Commando Knob and the shooters were almost down the last 18 health. The next set of shots could finish him off. Still has a bit of health remaining. Shooters down to 2 health. And the Shooter Squad does fully go down there. The Weird Boy may go down as well. It does go down as well. And now it's, he is out of control. He does get knocked back there on the Commando Knob. I like how much the Commando Knob can do against the Dreadnought anyways. So the Orc player has the same bit of losses there. All the players have tier 3 except for the Force Commander as well. We could see a looted tank. We could potentially see Daisy. Maybe Knobs or Flash Kits may be a little bit better for the Commando Knob.
Plasma gun. A battle brother has fallen.
Down south we do have the Apothecary start engaging. Tech Marine and Apothecary engage each other in melee. We've got the Razorback being focused down there by the Assault Marines. We've got the Plasma Cannon Devastators now being jumped on by the Assault Marines as well. Razorback does fall back, does get more targeted ability there from the Armor Purification, I believe. Or I'm not sure what actually casted it. It was the Sigum Armor, that's what it is. He's forces do all fall back right there. Up north, we've got the Dreadnought and the Force Commander and Tactical Marines capturing the center of the map. Overall, it seems like Blue Team's doing a good job of holding the center of the map. And now we've got Predator being pulled out by the Tactical Marine.
The task unfinished is a prayer unanswered.
There is no glory in
Scout Squad's falling back. Grenade was thrown, but doesn't get any model drops there. And Scout Squad will escape on out, no problem. And great, I got some spam coming in from the YouTube channel. Remind me to delete those. Plasma Cannon Devastator gets a good hit there, but it does receive a more deadly hit in return by the stick bombs. Burners and Knob game receiving massive amounts of fire there. They did lose the Knob there. Down to 16 health, and now they fully gets wiped out there. Losing the Burners a bit problematic. We do have a Commando Squad put out by the Commando Knob. Grenade was thrown there by the Commando Squad. He gets suppressive fire ability there, and now taking the time for the rocks. First rock comes on down, getting some massive damage into maybe some squad wipes there. Now the Commando Knobs may get taken out by the rocks as well. Commando Knobs will get knocked back there, and the Commando Knobs gets wiped out thanks to rocks, and I don't think he got any squad wipes in return. Oof, that was not great. Had opportunity to be great, but it didn't go great. Apothecary has put out some Terminators now. Plasma Cannon Devastator does take out the drop pod. Those Terminators will be kept at the central VP. Blue does have better VP game right now. Apothecary trying to tie up the Tactical Marines up in melee, as Alaskan Devastators trying to pitch in pathetic damage against the Tactical Marine. Burners making their way forward with the Commando Knob. Beamy Death Gun set up the high ground as well. Predator does have the reinforced extra armor upgrade, and we've got the Razorback constantly pitching away as well. Devastator does fall back away from the stick bombs. Scout Squad will fall back in time.
We have 200 points remaining.
Blue takes now makes advance, trying to engage these forces. We do have the Dreadnought advancing as well. Dreadnought's trying to tap the Lieutenant Camp melee, which can do some damage. Do some actually good damage there to the Lieutenant. He doesn't have the reinforced plating either. Ooh, great missile launcher, Cyclone missiles from Terminators have been deployed on now. Gains some great damage on the Predator. And does take it out right there as well. Try to go for a Melter Bomb. Does the Melter Bomb there on the Razorback. Teleports away from the launch back on the high ground. And now we've got the Assault Marines now falling them back. Getting the kill on the Predator is quite nice. Looks like the Lieutenant is still very much alive. Not so sure where the Dreadnought is. Dreadnought's right here, hardly doing any damage. Does have full repairs from his teammates, so that's one reason why it has taken hardly any damage there. Plasma Cannon Devastator is trying to set on up, but maybe send a friendly fire damage right there. That looks like friendly fire would happen, but does take up the Apothecary before the friendly fire damage happens. Commando Squad now pushes way forward. We got the frag grenade ability right there, or Cinder Grenade, I should say. Then the Commando Squad leader does have the rocket launcher upgrade. No extra plating on the blue tank either. Plasma Cannon Devastator is falling back as the Scout Squads as well. Good knockback there by the Commando Knob. It looks like the Tech Marine has put out 2 Plasma Cannon Devastators as well. So there's 3 Plasma Cannon Devastators put out by Blue, which is a lot of long-range fires. But we haven't had any really good shots by them. Stick bombs do get thrown, but they splash his own teammates' Assault Marines can do. Cyclone missiles raining on in, gains some good damage there. Mostly on the Dreadnought. And great assault barrage there. The Tactical Marine squad is going to fall back. More target onto the assault marines. They got a smoke grenade being put out by the Razorback as you can see the Delta bomb hit. Tactical assault marines being fall back. We got the Blue Tank pushes way forward, against some damage there onto the Devastator, regular Devastator, heavy bolter Devastator. And still no upgrade there on the lead tank. Second Blue Tank is being put out by the Commando Nom. He's going for a bit more of an armored focus. On the left side, we've got the Slugger squad falling back. He needs to keep that squad alive for repairs. It's the only repair squad available. Scouts to receive a pretty good hit right there, and thanks to the spotting of the Commando squad, no scouts can get camouflage forward. Looks like the top carries, what's it called? Scouts will be bringing up the looted tank. After all, it is their own equipment, sort of, with some orc modifications. After all, putting spiky bits on it clearly makes it better. Tactical Marine squads trying to engage the forces. Plasma Cannon Devastators do knock back the top carry as Assault Marines push away forwards. Bar target does come out onto the Assault Marines do fall back nice and early. Another Plasma Cannon shot there, which does knock back the Terminators. A Cinder Grenade was thrown right there. Second Looted Tank is now out on the field. And we now do have a Land Raider Redeemer being put out by the Tech Marine. In this certain situation against looted tanks, it's not really an anti-vehicle weapon, but would be used versus the infantry. Two looted tanks are pushed away forward. We got still the BB Death Gun still set up, and I think the last Cannon Devastator is still alive as well. So the Land Raider Redeemer, I don't think it's going to be very useful.
I have nothing left to suffer.
Scout squads making their way forward. And we'll throw a frag grenade there on the Devastator. Gain some great hits there. Forcing back the Plasma Cannon Devastator. Tactical Marines are upgrading the rocket launcher, or missile launcher, same difference. And now the Tactical Marine squad here being forced back thanks to the Assault Marines. I can't really speak today, can I?
Points remaining.
Commando squads make their way forward, trying to get some good damage there on the Plasma Cannon Devastator. They do force him back, as the Dreadnought is getting some repairs right now. Predator has been blown out by the Force Commander now, and Land Raider Redeemer is out on the field as well. Tech Marine will need to fall back way too far forward in a forward retreat, so is the last Cannon Devastator, but the Beamy Death Gun is still set on up. You have the, let's go, the reinforced plated. There's some good damage there on the Ludas there. It does force them to fall back. Last Cannon Predator deployed on out, which would be good damage as well. So, a Dreadnought with Assault Cannon makes its way forward, which would be a good way to spot for the last Cannon Predator, which has sustained a bit of damage there. The loot tanks need repairs. They need lots of repairs at this moment in time. And that loot tank does go down. That was the one that was not upgraded extra plating. Because the barrage gains some good damage there on the loot tank as well. These Tactical Marines are receiving a bit of fire there, but not enough to force them back. Now something more up there, and that is actually Orc Symbol. Looks like another squad of Commando Nods is deployed on the front line. Both of these are not able to get out the missile launchers. You had the boom gun being deployed out. Okay, there's some great damage there. May have been a squad wipe there. Got some Nods leaders there as well. Does take out one of the the other blue tank there. And Plastic and Devastator does fall back, does receive quite a bit of fire there. And those blues push to the front line. The tickets are 37-35. That's not a huge advantage there by blue, but it'll be enough. Red is counting down now as well. Enemy Death Guns makes its way forward. Land Raider Beavers the breach as well is able to burn and secure the sector. Mountain has been upgraded with the rocket launcher for anti-vehicle damage, and now got a mobile striker there, finishing off the Orc player. That's going to wipe out the rest of his force, likely. And managing to get picked up once again there. Yep. That was a squad wipe. He has 2 commandos and a slugger. And this point's been captured as well. That's the end of the game.
The enemy is an ally has taken a victory point.
And they've cast an GG. This is Antigray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And while this is loading, I'm going to clean up that chat and report pornography. Report pornography. And report pornography. And now maybe set this right there. You'll get rid of all the chats, but that's fine. I'd rather have all the chats removed rather than them existing. Let's see, that was this one right here. Let's go with this set of 2v2s because this was different players right there. Let's go with this one. Oops, and no music. Restart to get the music playing. There's music. Greetings everyone, and great here. Another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Mech Boy. We have a foreign name. Spawn his teammate as Warp Spider X-Shark, who's gone for a very blue metallic. Oh, listen, there's another Warp Spider right there. As Warp Spider X-Shark, we have Zero Cry as the other Warp Spider X-Shark. Engaged in glorious melee combat, we have KAF. On the north side as the Chaos Sorcerer to be the opposition of the Mech Boy, we have a foreign name. And that skin is very metallic. It does teleport away, or do this heavy cover there, very nice. Although this one has the same bit more fire there, but this Guardian Squad's the same bit more fire as we got this Howling Banshee now turn 4. We've got triple Guardian Squad versus Howling Banshee, Guardian, Howling Banshee, Guardian. Ugh. Can't speak today. At this point, it's trying to be activated. The Howling Banshee trying to deactivate it. The Warspider has sustained a bit of a beating there, but thanks to heavy cover sustain, it's able to sustain more of a beating. And the Mech Boy has teleported forward as well, so now the Mech Boy and the Warspider are engaged glorious melee, or not, in glorious range combat. And I just realized something, both the Southern Red Team has jump heroes, so may see a lot of jumping around. The Sorcerer can be upgraded with teleportability as well. He does find the heavy weapons team there, suppressing the Mech Boy in a bad positioning right there. And looks like these forces will need to fall back. Does deactivate the point there, delaying the power income here, but we do have now Heretics, the Chaos Sorcerer, and the Chaos Marines pushing the way forward as well. Let's check out the first Ruckus power unit. We have the Ludas being deployed out by the Mech Boy. We've also got some battle equipment deployed out by the Warp Spider, the red Warp Spider, who's in blue. And the other ones is also in blue. PowerPoint has been deactivated. These are 3 Ruckus power generators deployed out by the Warlock. Sorcerer, I mean. Guardian Squad's pulling back for the northern player. Third one's still here. Great plasma grenade there. Gets a full squad wipe. Ooh, very nice. Air Squad's now charging forward as the Warp Spider actually trying to capture that requisition generator. Your requisition point. Slugger's engaging the Chaos Sorcerer in melee. Looks like it's relatively against the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer does go down there. As you get to the Orcs there, getting the special attack animation. Mech-Boy does draw the fire for the ire of the Chaos Heretics. That's one of the models there as the Heretic squads are charging forward. Got some good damage there onto Ludas. He does use the ritual there to camouflage these forces. Does get some good damage there onto the Mech Boy before he falls back. Up north we do have a Ranger squad putting out the red Warp Spider. And his opponent has brought out his own Ranger as well. These forces trying to camouflage their way forward. You have, of course, the Pathfinder gear for the Rangers. We may see the... Oh, these guys do get spotted there. These Rangers are stealth detectors. Let's get a shout off there as well. Looks like he's gone for the aspect of strength. There's a plasma grenade there as well. Only making sure to avoid it. And they will need to fall back relatively shortly. That's seeing quite a bit of fire. Guardian Squad here may get wiped out by another plasma grenade. He's pretty good with the previous plasma grenade. Throws, and not so great with that one. May go for another plasma grenade there. That seems like a good time for a plasma grenade. Rangers may, those get wiped out by the Ranger. And however, this Guardian Squad will get wiped out as well. A lot of losses on the Eldari side from that. We have some Noise Marines being deployed on now. They have not been detected just yet. They're still at full health, no veterancy whatsoever. So these Noise Marines will be a relatively fresh surprise. We have the Ludas here. The Noise Marines do get spotted there. And they will not get surprised there because the Warlock has been upgraded. The Chaos Sorcerer has been upgraded. The FS with Warp Grants, the Sorcerer and Teleport ability. So all the heroes have teleport abilities. Going for the generator, bashing there with the Noise Marines, and he will get the generator. And Boy does teleport forward, and we've got another Zinch ritual being activated now. Good damage there out onto the Ludas squad, take it down to nearly half health. He does teleport forward, trying to tie him up in melee, which he does. Crews are making their way forward. Up here, we got the Warp Spider engaging the generators as these. This generator will be captured up by the red player, or at least be under siege. It looks like the Warp Spider has lost another Guardian Squad. It's down to 1 and 1 Ranger. Shooters are making their way forward, trying to get some good combat in. Palamacious who get knocked back there by the Rangers. And he does go with Plasma Grenade on the retreat path, but it was not a very good Plasma Grenade. He does get a couple models, however. That could have been, if the Plasma Grenade was a little bit quicker, that could have been a full squad wipe. Generator does go down. He likely cannot throw another Plasma Grenade just yet. looks like the Chaos Force did go down there. Heretics are tying up the shooters up in melee. And the camouflage noise marines could be very, very rude. Could provide a very rude awakening there. Ludos, however, do not want to see that noise marine right there. Gains some great damage in there. They do fall away. They do drop a model there. They're still revealed there. Thanks to the spotting of the shooters. We'll be tied up there with the in melee with the noise marines there. Gains some good damage in. Look at the suppressive fire from the mech boys and got for more suppression fire platforms. Plus, if Blue's Warp Spider does go down, as the Heretics trying to recapture the point, the Sluggers do fall back there as well. Warp Spider X-Shark deployed out Red's Warp Spider X-Shark has built up the heavy gauge that spinner as well as the improved targeting. Pretty calm combo. Got better range damage with more better range damage and range. It's a great combo. Upgrade throw. Does get one of the models there, but it's not enough for the squad wipe. Rangers charging forward, getting ripped apart by the Howling Banshees. That is horrible placement there. Left side, the Orcs are starting to capture the VP there. Force by that X-Shark, getting some great damage there on these Chaos Marines. It looks like this generators are getting fully bashed by the Noise Marine, so all generators do go down the center of the map. Over here, the rest of the generators over here got destroyed as well. Warp Spider X-Shark could potentially go down depending on the engagements, but mostly does actually retreat away. Right side of the map, Red's pushed the way forward. Warp Spider X-Shark here has no upgrades at the moment. The Chaos Sorcerer does, of course, the Vestments of the Warp, and the Mech Boy has, of course, the Death Gun. The Ludos here have a camouflage. They will find the Chaos Marines. Need them manly target there. Does teleport forward in a bad angle. It does use a Scott to suppress that squad as well. Sustain a lot of free damage there from the Chaos Marines as well. Heretics now charging on forward, trying to get these shooters off the melee. Does use suppressive fire ability for them. The other one will manage to break through. And the Chaos Marines do fall back. They didn't drop any models there. Another ritual has been activated as there's some fresh Warp Spider squad put out by the Red Warp Spider. Lewis supplied his own Warp Spiders as well. Heretics trying to tie up the Warp Spiders in the melee. And we do have a camouflage ritual being utilized right there, so both sides are camouflaged, excluding the Mech Boy himself. Chaos Marines push his way forward, will find some good hits there. And does find a good suppressive fire right there as well. Very good ambush, but the Mech Boy does go down. Chaos Sorcerers will tie up the Blues up in melee, but the Heretic squad fully goes down there. Temporary Bloodletters are going to put on out as well. Second Noise from the squad has been put on out. When they made before a Blast Master, there may have been a full squad wipe in there as well. I'm not so sure. I think she does have the Warp Spider X-Shark, not Warp Spider, but the Howling Banshee X-Shark leader. And it looks like this Guardian squad may fully go down, just the Warlock remaining. There's a little plasma grenade on the retreat path. Really knocks back his own Howling Banshees right there. Howling Banshees engage Howling Banshees, both of them upgraded with Aspect of Strength. Red's Howling Banshees do lose their X-Shark leader. And maybe a full squad wipe on Reds. She's sustained lots of fire and does fully get wiped out there by the Howling Banshees. Warp Spiders still charging forward. They do have the X-Shark leader. Over here, the Warp Spiders pushing me forward, engaging the Warp Spider X-Shark, as the Guardian Squad will try to recover the victory point. Squad does fall back, being upgraded with the BB Death Gun. Stick bombs are being thrown on in. Stick bombs have really good throwing arms. They're basically light or medium artillery. Red's Warp Spider only has two Warp Spiders in Guardian Squad. He has lost all of his other forces, and now we got the Noise Meter upgrade with the Blastmaster. Stun grenades do come forward, and now here comes stick grenades there onto the Chaos Marines, getting some great knockback there, including on the Blastmaster himself. Blood Crusher charging forward, but won't be able to close this before getting shot again, and will go down. Good hit there by the Blastmaster, but the Blood Crusher himself does fully go down there. Doesn't get a shot off there, then charge up all the way. He did lose the other Noise Marine squad. It's a nice knockback there. More stick bombs now raining on in. And it gets a nice knockback there onto the Sluggers. Over here, we got the Guardian Squad catching the point. As Warp Spiders are teleporting around, we do have, of course, the Tangling Web upgrade. Both of them upgraded the Entangling Web. Guardian Squad pushing the way forward. We do have, I believe that's the Entangling Web ability there. Red's Warp Spider has seen quite a bit of fire, does teleport away, needs a full retreat, looks like fully retreating now. Blue's Guardian Squad's engaging, does no plasma grenade there, but the Warp Spiders do dodge there. The Warp Spiders teleport to flank the Warp Spiders, as the Warp Spiders do teleport to get inside the garrison to flank the Warp Spiders. Guardian Squad is trying to engage the Warp Spiders as Warp Spiders are engaged with the Warp Spiders. Helen Banshee is trying to charge forward, engage the garrison, which is not going to be great for them. And now we're going to have some Reverend Bloodletters here as well as a Stealth Ritual. Good damage there by the Warlock as the Bloodletters do teleport forward to rip apart these Sluggers. Blastmaster engages, gets a direct hit there on the shoot as well, also hitting his own Chaos Sorcerer quite a bit. Does dodge it with the Ritual Squad, maybe pull it back right around here. More stick bombs raining on it. He's gone for 2 squads of stick bombs and more stun grenades there, and that is potentially siege inducing, honestly. More stick bombs, knocking back the Blastmaster, and activated the Stealth Ritual along his. Nope, he activates the Ritual again. Looks like the mech boy did go down right there, but I think maybe brought back up. Helen Banshees do avoid that plasma grenade there. More stick bombs now raining on in. Blastmaster will be knocked back shortly. And now we've got the Sluggers now turning forward, as well as massive flank there by the Warp Spiders. Does do a forward retreat there. That's 3 squads of Warp Spiders there. Chaos Sorcerer does, or something went down there. That was actually the Heretic squad. Blastmaster does fully go down there to the melee hits. Bloodletters are falling on back. They may receive some grenades there. A little bit too early. And now the VPs are in favor towards blue. Good hit there. The Chaos Sorcerer has been upgraded with Warp Rod of Warp Fire, which grants the Warp Fire ability to damage the enemies in a straight line, detonating within 5 radius. Then the Power Generator does go down. There's actually quite a bit of Requisition Sword up here. He can go for another Heretic, no problem. He can go for another Chaos Marine. Yep, he is going for another Chaos Marine as well. Warp Spiders are going forward, but engaging the Warp Spiders and the Guardian Squad. Howling Banshees is trying to tie in, gets a nice shout there. They're all low in energy. Now it's going to time to have the Guardian Squad come forward for a Plasma Grenade. Warp Spiders teleport forward to engage the Warp Spiders as the Warp Spiders are fighting back the Warp Spiders. Warp Spider Exarch's also engaging the Warp Spiders. And the Guardian Squad is still here, not getting Plasma Grenades off. Howling Banshees are doing a good job as well. Just forcing the Warp Spiders to spin, displace, and things of that sort. Chaos Sorcerers needs to fall back. Far too wounded right there. It does with the Chaos Sorcerer there, as the Chaos Marines do open up here the Eternal War. And Plague Marines have been put on out. At this point in time, Plague Marines are not needed because there's no vehicles for the fight against. We do have the Mech Boy teleporting on forward. There are 2 Tactical Marine squads here, as there's 2 Warp Spiders here as well. Death Dread being put out by the Mech Boy, as well as the Chaos Hunters going for Chaos Hunters going for a Heretic squad, probably for the Rituals. Both of the blues heroes are down, so can't revive each other. And both pretty far forward. We got another stick for bombs, grenades there, getting some great damage there. Almost wipes out the Heretics or that Chaos Marine squad. And there goes the Chaos Marines. The Chaos Sorcerers just having trouble staying on the field because his opponents, the Warp Spiders, just been doing a good job of teleporting around. More stick bombs raining on in. Lewis put out Warp Archtark. And I got more stick bombs now raining on, knocking back those forces. We got the Bloodletters teleporting on forward somewhere. Onto the stick bombs, trying to stop the stick bombs there, but we got their Death Dread being upgraded, the Burning Bloods. The Warp Spider's pushing way forward. The Archtark is engaging the Warp Spider X-Shark in melee. Howling Banshees are really wounded. They do get the wipe there on the Warp Spider, but they will go down themselves. Red has lost 2 of his Warp Spiders. He's just down to 1 squad. And the Archtark does manage to charge it forward, trying to tie up the Rangers of the melee. I heard a bunch of stick grenades being thrown. Looks like the Chaos Force has nothing to really engage the Death Dread, but it does have the Plague Marines, which they are falling back as well. Perhaps got tied up in melee. You have the Death Gun still for the Mech Boy, but he cannot suppress the Bloodletters in the invulnerability ability mode. And Mech Boy is facing the wrong direction, so you'll be engaged, no problem in melee. Warp Spider still teleporting away. Now here comes the stick bombs. Those stick bombs are falling back. The Bloodletters are engaging. This force with shoes as well. The Plague Marines are still here, but the Death Dread is in pretty close range. And they need to maintain their range. Another Plague Marine being deployed out by the Chaos Sorcerer. The Chaos Sorcerer could be revived by the Warp Spider of his teammate, which is right here. Archtark is engaging the Guardian squad in melee. Getting some good hits there. He may lose the Warlock leader. Warp Spider X-Arc down to half health, and the Archtark is even lower than that. Warp Spider X-Arc, or the Archtark, will manage to escape on out of there. And over here we do have the Death Dread charging forward. Got the Plague Marine still firing away. Does fire one more shot there. Gets knocked back there by the stick bombs. But the Plague Marines could retreat back to maintain this distance. And the Bloodletters and the Plague Marines will go ahead and finish off that Death Dread. Pepper Bloodletters did manage to buy him some time as well. On the right side. Lots of death on both sides, that's for sure. Looks like Red has won the engagement, started making its way forward towards this requisition point now. And now here comes more stick bombs, The Chaos Marines trying to avoid that fire. That boy's not going up to tier 3. And the Chaos Heretics does get a nice definition there. Getting some quick answer on the stick bombs. Got a flame run coming on in from the Chaos Sorcerer. So getting burned up a bit. They need a lot of health to get them up to speed because these guys are wounded and they're really just severely wounded. They need to fall back, stay near the HQ to get much needed healing. We have a webway gate deployed out by blue. Don't see any other webway gates for them, however, the time being. Gauge truck maybe eyeing to capture the point and deploy out webway gate. Bloodletters are falling them back. There's just a bit of fire there. Capcom or Chaos Marines trying to engage at long range. No plasma guns, no chain axes. Chain axes wouldn't be half bad, honestly, against the opponent's current composition. War Spire does teleport up here, trying to engage guys at range. We've got the War Spires and melee range against the War Spire of Exarch. Both sides have brought up Falcon at the same time. And does take out a squad right there. Blue's War Spider does fall back, so does the Red Guardian Squad. Falcon still nearly at full health at 499 out of 500. Same thing with his opponent's Falcon. They really have very similar builds. Stick grenades do come on in, getting some nice knockback there as troops are being engaged in melee by the Chaos Sorcerer. Gets a nice special attack there, knocking back those forces. And on top of well, let's look forward trying to engage these stick bombs. Stick bombs still need a lot of health, and they receive quite a bit of burn there. And oh, that Falcon actually went down. Wasn't even paying attention, but looks the missile launchers managed to take out the Falcon. Chaos Sorcerer's starting to engage the Pernos, the Bloodletters are severely wounded. It does activate a ritual there, so they get increased health regen. I think it's 10 health per second. Ooh, the Maven's squad wipes there. Wasn't really paying attention. He does have both stick bombs there. The Sluggers are falling back, but severely wounded. Stick bombs are raining on in. Mostly that's stun shots, as their map is too dark for that. If I were to make another critique to the Elite Mod team, make that those stun grenades are not super bright. If there's a weak explosion stun effect, that'd be good, because at that point, it is actually potentially seizure-inducing. True Squad is falling back. Stick bombs onto the ritual. Getting some great hits there on the Bloodletters as well. Rock's now raining on in, and he's not really paying attention. Doesn't use the vulnerability ability to avoid damage. And a stick bomb there does get fully wiped. Lost both his stick bombs there. Going for a loot tank now as the Falcon starts seizing his base. And his teammate has boiled some Fire Dragons. He's moved the Fire Dragons to engage the center map. Warp Spiders and the Guardian Squad are trying to engage as well. But here comes the Chaos Sorcerer. A nice special attack there, knocking back those forces. Red needs to fall back to forces a little bit overwhelmed. The Sorcerer may go down to the Fire Dragons. Others are pulling him back, so it's a Guardian Squad. He did lose a squad next squad. I'm not sure which squad it was. Blue tanks are making some advance, being up for the reinforced plating now, as the Warp Spire is holding him back. The Warp Spire squad will get fully wiped. Both sides just lost so many forces. The Chaos Sorcerer has by the larger force consistently out for the entire game, and he's been ganked quite a bit of times. The Warp Spider Exarch will manage to keep on out of there, but barely. Goes for the big boom gun. Activates the ritual now, which will top off the health of the bloodletters quite quickly. We also got a webway gate here deployed off by red. Blue does not deploy a second webway gate. Air missile launcher hits at close range. And now we'll have the rear armor exposed as the Chaos Dreadnought makes its way forward with the autocannon. That loot tank will likely go down. The autocannon will finish off the looted tank there. Let's go and teleport forward. We got the Creeper barrage there once again. The Guardian Squad may get wiped out, but the Bloodletters are immediately they're going to back away slowly as the Sluggers here are still in the mix. They need to fall back as well. They're receiving quite a bit of fire there. Fire Dragons have not been able to capture that squad, and they do fall back. Red team's down the last 7 tickets. We do have a Tank Buster squad being deployed on out. Up here, Warp Spider's engaging the Plague Marines, while we do have the Warp Spider over here receiving quite a bit of fire. Blue's currently captured at this point here, as well as this point that's maybe the end of the game once these points get captured up. The Warp Spider Extra does have trouble stopping the capture by the Plague Marines. And this point has been captured, and it looks like the team, red team, is going to be counting down tickets. There's not enough time for them to recapture our point. This is Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So probably that's going to be my last replay tonight. I'm getting a little bit exhausted. Oh, everybody have a good night, have a good evening, get some good sleep.